Yo, 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 what is good, everybody, man? I hope everybody's having a great Friday. And, man, I'm going to go ahead and start the video off like this, man. Ante over everybody, man. All the Aggies have a great time at homecoming and all that good stuff, man. Be safe out there. Have a good time. Take a shot for me. Y'all already know what it is. If you go into the football game, I feel bad for you. If you look, I'll be on the plots. Okay, we around there. Okay, shoot, y'all better go have some fun. Go get you a drink. Go kick it with the guys. Go kick it with the homies, the fellas, the women, and all the rest of that stuff. Go, yeah, go be at the bowl or something like that. Y'all better not be at that football game. Nah, let me stop. But yeah, man, I hope everybody have a great time, bro. Be safe out there. But without further ado, I need to go ahead and get straight into this, man. We got college football going on this week, man. I didn't do one last week, so I had to make sure I dropped something this week for y'all folks. But, you know, we going to get straight into it. Nothing but G takes. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure y'all share with a friend, man. Let everybody know what we got going on, man. But, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into tonight's game, the game that's coming on today. We got South Florida versus North Texas. I got South Florida. South Florida been looking really good, man. They finally in the top 25. So I really want to see what they're going to look like for the rest of the year, especially with them being in a easier conference. I think that they're going to probably be one of those teams that end up getting that 12-man spot. We got Bama versus Missouri. I got Alabama. I think Missouri is going to put up a good fight, but I don't know if that defense is going to be able to hold out. But I ain't going to be surprised if Missouri win because they are at home. Georgia versus Auburn. I got Georgia. People saying that this is going to be an upset game for Georgia and this, that, and third, upset alert. My thing is I'm the team that Georgia lost to is Alabama. It's not Auburn. We I don't know. People can keep saying that, but do you see who their quarterback is? Anyways, I got Georgia. Um, Ohio State versus Illinois. I think this is gonna be a really good one for everybody, honestly and truly. I think that's gonna be the game of the week because it's at home for Illinois, and I think this is probably gonna be the time that Luke is gonna have to show himself. Are you an elite guy, bro? You already took one L, and if you want to make it to the Big Ten championship, if you want to make it to the playoffs, this is your time to shine, bro. This is your time to shine. Pitt versus Florida State, man, it is just so crazy to see how Florida State has fallen from that game against Alabama. They look really good, and then out of nowhere they just been stinking to bed. But because Virginia, like, no excuse, no excuse. I get it was an away game, but yeah, nah, no excuse. But shout out to my boy Stevie and all them boys at Virginia getting that W. Good stuff, my boy. I'm glad to see y'all working this year. That's what's up, man. Um, Washington State, Ole Miss. I got Ole Miss. Even though I really want to see what they look like at the end of the year, Ole Miss. I think that they at least have an elite offense, which Ole Miss is gonna always have because they got Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin is on that offense. Lane Kiffin is that guy. I will give him that. He be coming up with some crazy plays, especially when he go against key head coaches and stuff like that. He always got some in his back pocket. Indiana versus Oregon. I think Oregon is the best team in the country, honestly, and I'm going with Oregon. I think Indiana is a really good team. I just don't think their defense is going to be able to keep up with Oregon's offense, and Oregon's at home, and Oregon has a defense of their own. So as long as Oregon's defense keep them in the game, which they show you, they can go away, keep them in the game, and then have their offense still take over and be able to win a game. So, yeah, I definitely think Oregon is probably the best team in the country at the moment. Oklahoma versus Texas. I got Oklahoma. I take that back. I got Texas strictly because John is not playing. If John was playing, then I'd take Oklahoma. But I think Texas is looking very mediocre. And it's sad to say because I definitely thought they was going to be one of the better teams, especially in the SEC. But to see them just come out so lackluster, especially on offense, Archie not really looking like who he was supposed to be and stuff like that, you know, it's gonna be an interesting watch for the rest of the year for them. But I definitely think Texas will pull this one out for sure. Virginia Tech versus Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech, baby. Hey man, Georgia teams we going up this year, baby. Georgia teams we going up. I got Georgia Tech. NC State versus Notre Dame. I'm going NC State. It's, bro. How ridiculous is that? Oklahoma is that Notre Dame is freaking the 16th ranked 16th ranked team in the country right now. Call, say it ain't biased. Say it ain't biased. I'll wait. Because you know it is. Because you know it is, and you know I know it is. Um, Illinois State versus Colorado. I got Illinois State, man. I feel bad for that man Dion, if I'm just being honest, bro. That man Dion don't deserve this, but at the same time, bro, Caden Slater, whatever that man name is, has been looking god awful. How do you go out there in three different drives after, like, did he throw back to back to back interceptions, or was it a drive interception, go down, did something, drive intercept? Like, even if that was the case, you threw three picks before they took you out the game. Before you even scored a touchdown, you threw three picks. Man, prom, just go ahead and put that boy Jalen in the game, or Ryan, and just be, what it is. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that's not your fault, man. That's not your fault. Now, they probably gonna be trying to come for your head and all that stuff because the defense still lackluster. But I think the defense looked better than what it did last year, in my opinion, somewhat. Somewhat. Like, I mean, like, they not getting absolutely blitzed. Like, they literally only losing by a touchdown or two every game. And again, that's with the defense having to literally get routed up, or not even get routed up. They keeping them in the game, and then once the defense start to lose their leverage, you know what I'm saying? That just is what it is. That's just what happens. You know what I mean? And I'm just glad they do got some young players there that's gonna possibly later on help them out. But it's like, dang, man, I feel bad for that man Dion, because like I said, they are already slandering him. They slandering his son in the NFL, both his sons, to be honest. But it's like, dang, to also see Colorado going out like this. Maybe next year, man. Maybe next year. But Arkansas versus Tennessee. Tennessee's look really good with Joey Aguilar, and I know they happy that they won that trade. You know what I mean? Especially with Nico and UCLA looking the way they looking, even though they got that nice win last week. I know that everybody at Tennessee is absolutely grinning and happy as I don't know what to see that man lose, be in the predicament that he is right now. I know they do. I know they happy. But Tennessee versus Arkansas, I got Tennessee, especially with Tennessee being at home. Florida versus Texas A&M. You know, I think this is gonna be an interesting one, if I'm being honest, because DJ and them boys, they showed you they got some fight in them, and I don't think they just gonna sit around and just lay over like that. You know what I mean? And I was talking my mess about Billy and stuff like that last week, but he showed me something. He said, "Hey, I still got a little fight in me. I'm trying. I'm trying. And I mean, as long as DJ ain't out there throwing picks at the pick, I feel like them boys could possibly make something shake, like towards the end of the year. I don't think they're making it to no playoffs or nothing like that, but I think they can get into a good bowl. I think they could definitely get into a good bowl. Kansas versus Texas Tech, man. How like Texas Tech has been looking great this year, and it's crazy because they recruiting class. They didn't got like five or six, like of the top 10 recruits. Like the next, I say 5 or 6. It's more like 3, 4. No, it's about 5. Actually, I'm lying. It's about 5. They didn't got like 5 of the top recruits the next couple years, and shoot, one of them from Georgia, which is crazy. But at the end of the day, money is talking now. And that's that. Like people are looking like, hey, Texas Tech, they want to play some football. They want to be in this playoff stuff, and they balling. They balling. So yeah, I got Texas Tech on this one. I'm happy to see that it's some different teams like finally getting they name in there, And I'm talking about like some like the different off-brand teams. Like when the last time you seen Texas A&M be real good? When the last time you seen Texas Tech being real good? When the last time you seen Georgia Tech being real good? Indiana, like Illinois. We're talking about Illinois, right? Missouri. Even though Missouri is like if they beat Alabama, nah, that bumps them into that next tier. You know what I'm saying? For sure, for sure. We got the Michigan versus USC game. I got Michigan. That game last year was very close and very good. I will give USC somewhat of the benefit of the doubt because they are at home, but at the same time, if their defense cannot stop Michigan's offense, I don't know if USC is going to be able to keep up. If old buddy is still injured, they wide receiver Jalen. If Jalen is still injured, nah, mm, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, and I don't think Michigan's just gonna let Makai Lemon just tote that thing and catch that thing and just be taking it. Nah, he ain't finna be doing all that. I don't see that happening. Now, I'm not gonna sit right here and say they gonna just stop him altogether. He gonna ball, but him just taking over a game like how he's had to do like the past two games, I don't think that's gonna happen against Michigan. South Carolina versus LSU. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I got. I'm gonna take South Carolina. That's gonna be my take for the week. I'm gonna go with South Carolina. I think South Carolina. If Lenoris was playing against Vanderbilt, South Carolina still be ranked. If Lenoris played against Vanderbilt, South Carolina still be ranked because I think they win that game. So with Lenoris playing, I definitely think they could have a possibility to win for sure. BYU versus Arizona. I'm gonna go with this one's gonna be interesting, honestly and truly. Is Noah still on that team? Noah, 13-3. Got a decent running back. I remember a few of these wide receivers. Um, I'm not gonna lie, this one's kind of hard to say. And I mean, do they got the freshmen? They do. They got the freshmen out there playing at BYU. Dang. How do you feel? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with that boy Noah. I ain't gonna lie. I think Noah, especially at home, I think he could pull that off. Him and Fish, I think they could pull that off at home. I think that's upset season right there. So be on the lookout for that. I think Justin Floyd ain't on that team no more. So never mind, forget all that I was about to say. But I definitely think that Arizona could pull that out. The Utah versus Arizona State game, I think that Utah is gonna win that game because they are at home. I definitely think the quarterback is better than Arizona State's backup quarterback. So as long as the defense could keep Iowa or Utah in the game, I definitely think that Utah could definitely beat Arizona State. So those are my two hot takes: South Carolina and Utah. Honestly, my three hot takes: South Carolina, Arizona, and Utah. Those are my three hot takes for this week. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man, and y'all let me know if my three hot takes are some hot takes that y'all are thinking about too. But yeah, man, I hope all my Aggies, y'all have a great time. Happy homecoming. Everybody be safe. If you're not, from Auntie or anything like that, y'all be safe, man. I appreciate y'all for coming out, supporting. And yeah, man. Thanks for coming to watch. Number G takes. Comment, like, subscribe, and man, we're gonna keep going up, man, from here. Appreciate y'all. Peace.